Tonight, I would like to start a new series on sharing my drawing process in Procreate Dreams. I've been doing animation recently. I am new into the animation world, including Procreate Dreams. It's been about, let's say, 1 year that I've been doing animation, and I just want to share my life experience with you, how I go about my paintings, how I go about doing my animation in Procreate Dreams, and then so that's the goal of this video. I am not a professional animator, but I just want to share with you how I do my animations. So far, I have done few animations, such as in Procreate Dreams. Let me share a few with you now. I'm just going to. Alright. So, let's open Procreate Dreams. For now, there is no sound coming from the animation that I'm about to share with you, because I haven't yet shared the tablet sound. So for now, we will just be seeing the animation. But if you want to see the video, it is already available on my channel. You can always check it on my channel. The full animation is already there. So let me open the recent project that I've been working on. Mama is home. So remember, I'm not teaching you how to do animation, but I just want to share the process of how I do my animation. But maybe by watching, maybe you will learn something from me as well as I will learn from you. And if you have anything you want to recommend, or if you want to learn anything that you have realized or that you have seen in my video, you can always let me know, and then I will share. I will make a tutorial about it, about a specific thing. So this is Mama is home. Mama is home is an illustration that I made, an animation about the African culture of how the mother takes care of the home, how she is in charge, how she goes very far, to fetch water from the river, and then she's coming back. You can see the heavy water jug, I don't know how to call it, water jug on the head. And then, so she's coming back home. And the goal, it's a kind of story that I've started, but because it takes time, I just released the introduction. This is just the introduction of the video, of the animation. But the full series, I'll be working on it. Probably I'll be sharing the process live with you guys of how I'll go about it. So far, this is what I've done, and you can always check it on my YouTube video, on my channel. And you will have the sound and everything. So how I made this animation is that I started by painting all the backgrounds and some of the process in Procreate for the painting only. So I did the background here basically, just like a normal painting, as you can see. Here are all the layers that I've used. Sometimes I merge them together like this, and then to save on layers. And so I made the background here, basically only one background for now, and then I made another background here. I drew another background. Uh, Sorry, English is not my first language. My first language is French. So I'm trying my best. Thank you for understanding. Yes. So I drew another background here to show, to display the side profile of the woman working here, as you saw in the beginning of the video. Yes. And then after I do all the backgrounds, then I do the woman, the first part, just walking. As you can see, I started by sorry, I think there's something that, okay, I started by only drawing the making a simple drawing. Sorry, I think there's something normally how you if you want to display it only that, okay, that's not showing properly. Yes, so I started by drawing animation, drawing first of all the frame, basically something like this. Let me just make an example quickly. Just something like this for each frame. So just the form, just to get the movement for each movement of the leg, as you can see here in each layer. So I do each layer one by one, and then what I did, and then I added the colors. As you can see, I grouped them. I made them all by group. Sorry, my camera is moving a lot. Sorry for that. Alright, so what I did first was to group them, to make them by group. So in one group you will find, first of all, the drawing, which for example has only the drawing like this. So I separated the body from the jar, water jug, how do you call it, water ball, or how do you call it, whatever. Yes, so I separated everything, and then on each layer you will find the light layer, the shadow, the woman's shadow, and then the water pouring on the floor. So this is basically the water, and I changed the color profile here. How do you call it? Oh, I even forgot. I changed the colors here. The opacity to different color mode. So I used burnt just to give it that the shade on the clothes. Like when the water is pouring on the clothes, she's getting wet. So that's what I'm trying to recreate by just using different color modes to get that, the light, and then the drops and then you have the water here. So as you can see, each layer in Procreate, I put it as a group. Each group has different layers, one for the drawing, one for the light, one for the water jug, one for the shadow, one for the water dropping, and then one for the shadows or for the wetness on the clothes. So basically that's how I did everything. Sorry, let me adjust my camera a little bit. And now the next step, so I have to do like this for each drawing, for each layer, for each move. Here, as you can see, I also held the duration a little bit, 4 seconds, some of them a little bit more, just to give it that feel, that motion feel. I just hope you remember the 12 rules of animations. This one you can go on YouTube and search the 12 rules of animation and the 12 principles of animation. Actually, you will be able to find it. So I did my research as well, just to have a smooth kind of work. Not everything is consistent. Just to Then after I did everything here inside, let me zoom it a little bit so that you can see everything. As you can see, the details on the legs, the water dropping as she's walking. You can see the details on the leg. And then even on the clothes. So each layer I tried as much as I could to change the light and the movement of the clothes. That's what will give it life. And so all these details, these small details will matter a lot. So you have to make each drop a little bit different so that it will be natural. Each drop, each wetness, even on the body, a little bit different, just for it to look natural. As you can see, here is different, here is a little bit different. The same thing I did on the face. Let me zoom it a little bit. You can see the face is different here. If I go on the next frame, it's also different. If I go on the next frame, it's also a little bit different. The same thing for the water here, as you can see the water pouring. So I try to make everything different and to give it a natural look, natural feel. And then everything put together, she's just walking. So what I normally do, I'll make the small frame here, the small animation here for the movement. Then what I will just do, I'll take it like this and go inside the Procreate Dreams, open the project. After putting the background, I'll just drop it here and then work on it on the background. So that's how I do it. I just want to share with you how it is done. Yes. And then this is another profile, the side profile. So basically the same thing I will produce here, but this time on the side profile. Yes. So that's working like this. And then what I will do later on, I will import it into Procreate Dreams, and then animate it here. The simplest way to do it, so just double tap to zoom in quickly. So the simplest, the simplest way to animate it is that after you import it, then you can just animate it to here by first of all to give it a feel of motion, I have to first make the background move. When she's walking, basically she's not really moving at all like this. I just make the background move behind her, backward, and then it will give it a feel of walking. As you can see, this is the background here. Remember the background that I'm doing inside Procreate Dreams? Basically, this is the background. I put everything in groups. The first group, this one, this is the background group. And after you import the background, for example, this one here, let me just make an example for you to understand. Let's say I take this background like this. I open a new project. I don't want to mess up this project. No, let me open a new project. I use 4K for this animation, the size, the resolution, and let me try to import this background. Now before I go there, there's something important I would like to mention. As you can see, I didn't merge all the layers together before exporting them to the other project. So it's important that you do it, you don't merge them, so that after you import them here, you can still have the layers available, that you can tweak them as you wish. Now, after I import, for example, the background here, I will convert layers to track, click on that, and then now you can have all the layers here. See, I can manipulate them the way I want. So for example, if I want to bring the woman to be between this, walking on the road here, so where is my road? The road is right here, the layer here. So I need to bring her in front of this, then she will be behind the trees here, behind the flowers here on the. So let me try to do that. Just for example, for the learning sake, you're going to try it. And now I bring it in between. You see like the small line. You see the small line here. Now I can import it on this line. And then I'll bring it here. So as you can see, she's hidden behind here, so it's not the right spot to put her. I have to put her behind this thing here. So this is the one. So I have to put her here, so that she will be behind. Okay, something like that. And then what I will need to do next is to, as you can see, she's now behind the foreground here. Let's consider this layer to be the foreground. So that's why it is important for you that you don't merge your backgrounds within Procreate before you import it into Procreate Dreams, because it will help you. Instead of creating a mask, you can just image directly. Do that. I didn't know before, but also I had to research on YouTube because it was difficult for me to figure out. I had to always create a mask in order for me to hide something like this, and that's what I did. But after I made the research, after I did my research, I figured it out, and now it's easier. So now what I'll just do, as you can see, the the layer here is not, for her walking is not long enough. So what I will do, I will multiply, I'll duplicate this to make the movement a little bit longer, so that I will have something to work with, enough time. So to avoid that, we can just make it longer by duplicating the files in the Procreate before you import it to make it a little bit longer. But you can also do it here. Just up to you how you want to save time. Alright. Now, the next thing to do is that I will have to. Why is not there's a way to. Okay, this got 3 fingers. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Alright. So just with 2 fingers you can zoom in, zoom out quickly. Much better. Alright. So the next thing I should do now is to group this together. You click here and then you group them. Group. And then after grouping them, now you can just you can duplicate the grouping so that it will be faster for you to just work with it. Alright, so now I have like maybe a frame to work with. So now I will have to make the lady move. I have 2 options. The first one is to I have 2 options. The first option is to either just move her without moving the background by, for example, clicking here and then just click on the action here, action icon here, and then once you just, before that I need to first bring it here, and then after I click on the action I can now easily move her. Just make sure that it is smooth. Take your time. Because I didn't group this together, that's why it is happening like this. But I just wanted to show you an example. But I can always go back. The first thing I need to do first is to group all this together, so that all the action will be smooth. There's something wrong here. I don't know why. Okay, because I put it here, that's fine. Basically I need to go back and do all the moves that I've done. Okay. Duplicate. And then group them again. So I always try to find a shortcut to work, to have a good workflow. Speed for speed, so the idea is just to have speed. So whatever you can do just to have speed, it's up to you. But the most important thing is to get the job done. No one cares how you did it, but it's up to you to save time. So for me, what I will do, I'll first take her, bring her here. No, before I click this one, I need to bring her here, and then from here I can just animate it. Now I click on the action button and move her slowly. Just mind the speed at which she's walking naturally. Something like that. So it's up to you. Alright, something like that. So if I go back, you will see. So basically that's the first step, how you can be animating movement like this. This is happening because of the group, but for time's sake I don't want to go back again and correct it. I don't know why this is happening. Why is it disappearing? And you can smooth out everything by simply coming here. Oh, now I understand. It's because I didn't extend the time. If you